Hi, in many organizations, we are faced with a decision that how often we should replace our non-current assets. For example, we are talking about motor vehicle. Most of the organization, they provide motor vehicles to their employees, and then they have a policy of replacing those old motor vehicles with new ones after regular intervals. Some organizations will replace their motor vehicles every 3 years, every 5 years, so on and so forth. So in this video, I'm going to explain how organizations arrive at a conclusion whether they should replace their motor vehicles every 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and so on. So we are going to discuss the decision criteria relating to replacement of assets. I am the commerce specialist. Welcome to my channel, where you will find videos covering learning outcomes of various academic qualifications and professional certifications, including life-changing business ideas and hacks. So let's discuss how we decide how often we should be replacing our non-current assets. So here we have a question. It says a company uses machinery which has falling cost and salvage value over its 3 years life. The cost of the machine is 25,000. So if you operate the machine for 3 years, the running cost will be 7,500 in year 1, 11,000 in year 2, and 12,500 in year 3. If you sell the machine in first year, means you are replacing it, the salvage value will be 15,000. If you replace the machine after 2 years, the salvage value will be 10,000. And if you replace the machine after 3 years, the salvage value is going to be 7,500. The company's cost of capital is 10%. The question is, how frequently we should change the machine, the asset? It could be a motor vehicle. Should we replace it every year, every 2 year, or every 3 year? So let's see how it is done. So the very first step here in deciding how often to replace the non-current asset is to calculate the NPV over the years. For example, the asset has a 3-year life. We are deciding, should we replace the asset every year? Should we replace it every 2 year or 3 year? So for that, I'm going to calculate NPV for each of the years. Have a look at it. So here I'm going to take year. We have cash flows, present value interest factor at the rate of 10%, and present value, or instead of present value, you can write discounted cash flow. So we have year 0 and 1. So cost of the motor vehicle is 25,000, which will come here, and obviously it's a negative. Year 1, there will be operating cost. Operating cost, running cost of the motor vehicle is 7,500. So since it's cost, it has to be in brackets. And if we sell it in year 1, the salvage value in year 1, if we sell it, we get 15,000. So this is a cash inflow, which is without bracket. At 10%, if you use the present value table, for year 0, whether it is 10% or 20% or 30%, for year 0, the present value interest factor is 1. For year 1, it's 0.909. You can check with the table. Present value interest factor at year 1 for 10% is 909. Since it is again year 1, this will be again 909. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to multiply 25 by 1, 7,500 by 0.9, 15,000 by 0.9. Let's see what we get. So obviously multiplying 25,000 by 1 will give you 25,000 in brackets. 7,500 multiplied by 0.909 is 6817.5, and 15,000 into 0.909 is 13,635. Mind you, this is a running cost, so it has to be in brackets. This is cost in bracket. This is residual value. It's a cash inflow without bracket. So what is the NPV coming now? So we'll add these two and minus 13,000, 25,000 plus 6817.5 minus 13,635. Your NPV is coming 18,182.5, which is negative. So your NPV is negative if we are replacing the asset. I'm writing here replace every 1 year. So this is the NPV. Now I'm looking at what will be the NPV if I replace the same asset every 2 years. So here I'm writing replacement every 2 years. So let's see how it goes. Again, I will repeat the same procedure. I have year, cash flow, present value interest factor at the rate of 10%, and you can write discounted cash flow or present value, it's up to you. So year 0, year 1, year 2, cost of the asset, the motor vehicle is 25,000, so it has to be in negative. The running cost or the operating cost of the vehicle year 1 is 7,500, it has to be in brackets. Year 2 it is 11,000, again in brackets. And in year 2 if you sell it, this is also the running cost. And the salvage value at the end of year 2, if you sell it, you get 10,000. So 10,000 is the salvage value without brackets. Present value interest factor, check the present value table. For year 0, it has to be 1 always. For year 1, it is 0.909. For year 2, it is 0.826. And year 2 again 0.826 because both are year 2. So 1 into 25,000 into 1 will give you same 25,000. 7,500 into 909, we have done it here as well. It is 6,817.5. 11,000 into 0.826 will give us 9086. And 10,000 into 0.826 will give you 8260. Let's find NPV again. I have 25,000 plus 6817.5 plus 9086. It's 40,903 minus, this is positive, that's why I'm subtracting it, minus 8260. So my NPV is coming negative 32,643.5. Now the last step is we will check if we do replacement every 3 years, then what happens. So I'm doing it here, replacement every 3 years. Again, I'll make the same table. We have year, we have cash flows, we have present value interest factor, discount rate is 10%, and you can write present value. Year 0, 1, 2, 3, and again 3. So let's talk about the cost of the motor vehicle, which is 25,000. Year 1, the operating cost is 7,500. So running cost 7,500. Again running cost 11,000 in year 2. And year 3, the running cost is 12,500. So running cost 12,500 in year 3. Because these are costs, it should be in brackets. In year 3, the salvage value is going to be 7,500. If you dispose of the machine in year 3, you will realize 7,500. So here again, this is the disposal value, or you can write salvage value, okay, as we wrote here. So present value interest factor, look at the table. For year 0, it's 1. Year 1, it is 0.909. Year 2 is 0.826. Year 3 is 0.751. And again 0.751. So we multiply. 25 into 1 will give you obviously negative 25,000. 7,500 into 909 is 6817.5. 11,000 into 826 is 9086 negative. 12,500 into 0.751 is 9387.5, and 7,500 into 0.751, it will give you 562 32.5. Let's calculate NPV. Now you notice all the negative items will be added first and then you subtract. Obviously we are getting negative NPV, but let's see how much. $25,000, 25,000 plus 6817.5 plus 9086 plus 9387.5, 50,291 minus 5632.5. So the NPV is coming negative 44,658.5. Now ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. First what I did, I calculated NPV if I am replacing the asset every 1 year, every 2 year and every 3 year. Once we have calculated the 3 NPVs, now the second step is we have to calculate equivalent annual cost. Equivalent annual cost. Now equivalent annual cost is basically NPV divided by the annuity factor. Annuity factor for replacement cycle. So here, if you are replacing it every 1 year, the NPV is 18,182.5 and the annuity factor at 10% for year 1 will be the same, 0.909. So we want to see how much it comes. 18,182.5 divided by 0.909. It comes to, obviously this was negative 20,002. Now I will calculate equal annual cost if we are replacing the motor vehicle every 2 years. So equivalent annual cost is equal to NPV divided by annuity factor for replacement cycle, which is 2 years, for 2 years. So this would be NPV is 32,643.5 divided by, now I'm going to calculate annuity factor. See, for calculating annuity factor, I have already explained in one of my videos here for investment appraisal or capital budgeting. You can look at the table or you can calculate manually. I have a habit of calculating it manually. I don't rely on table. So annuity factor at 10% for 2 years will be 1.736. So how much is the equivalent annual cost coming then? 32,643.5 divided by 1.736. It comes to negative 18,804. Finally, we will calculate equivalent annual cost if we are replacing the motor vehicle every 3 years. So NPV, formula is NPV divided by annuity factor for 3 years. So NPV is 44,658.5 divided by annuity factor for 3 years. So basically what I am calculating is, I am calculating annuity factor at 10% for 3 years. I'm not looking at the table value. You can check the table, annuity table, but I am doing it manually because I am used to it. Let's come to 2.487. So how much is the EAC coming now? Equal annual cost 44,658.5 divided by 2.487. It comes to negative 17,957. Now ladies and gentlemen, we are all set to take the decision. Let's look at the equivalent annual cost. 20,000 is the equivalent annual cost if we replace the asset every 1 year. 18,000 is the equivalent annual cost if we replace the asset every 2 years. and 17,000 is the replacement cost if we are replacing the asset every 3 years. So we look at the lowest one, which is 3 years. So depending on the data given, it is most economical for a company to replace the asset every 3 years. So looking at the data given over here, we calculated NPV, 3 times NPV if we are replacing the asset every year, every 2 year, every 3 year. Then we calculated equal annual cost and we looked at the lowest one. So it is most advisable that we replace the asset every 3 years because the equivalent annual cost is the minimum here. This is the decision criteria. So guys, I hope you have understood how to decide how often to replace non-current assets. The key is to calculate equivalent annual cost. I hope you have understood this. If you have any question relating to this, please leave a comment. I will reply to you as usual. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe my channel. This is one way to show me that you value my work. If you like this video, please share it with your dear and near ones so that others can also benefit. Thank you so very much for your precious time. Love you all.